Outspokenness banishes reverence and respect. Geronda. Where does outspokenness come from? From Paris. Outspokenness betrays impudence. Such lack of restraint in speech drives away the fear of God in us, much like smoke drives bees away from the beehive. Geronda. How can I avoid being outspoken? You should feel that you are beneath everybody else. This requires a great deal of humility. Being the youngest here, you must respect and revere all the sisters. State your thoughts with humility and avoid acting as if you know everything. God will then bless you with His grace, and you will make good progress. Being outspoken is the novice's worst enemy, because it drives away piety. Usually, outspokenness results in rebellion, and is followed at first by insensitivity and indifference to small sins, which we gradually get used to, believing them to be natural. However, in the depths of our soul there is no rest, only anxiety. It will be difficult for such people to diagnose their condition, because the heart is smeared with grime, and cannot feel the wrong turns it is making. Geronda. What is the relationship between simplicity and outspokenness? Simplicity is one thing, and outspokenness is another. Simplicity has piety and a childlike quality, whereas outspokenness is marked by audacity. Many times, even when we are being straightforward, we may be impudent. If we are not attentive to ourselves within our candor and within our simplicity, impudence may be hidden. One says, for instance, I am a simple person, or I am a candid and forthright person, but he is actually impudent without realizing it. Simplicity is one thing, and impudence is another. Geronda. What is it to be spiritually reserved? It is to have the fear of God in the good sense of the word. This fear and the sense of awe that accompanies it bring gladness and sweetness to the heart, and it begins dripping with honey of the spiritual kind. Think of a little child who is reserved and out of respect for his father will not even look him in the eyes. When he goes close to him to ask for something, he blushes. That's the kind of child one wants to place on the iconostasis. And then you have the child that thinks, he is only my father, after all. And with that in mind, he behaves carelessly before him with audacity. And when he wants something, he demands it with tantrums and threats. In a good family, the children usually act with a sense of freedom. They respect and revere their parents without being overly timid or afraid to speak up. Discipline in the family should not be rigid as it is in the military. The children should enjoy their parents and the parents should enjoy their children. Abba Isaac says, love does not know shame. Love is full of courage or boldness in the good sense of the word. Such love contains reverence and respect, and so it wins over fear. One person is reserved, hesitates, and yet fears because he is not truly reserved. Others are truly reserved, but are not fearful because they are truly spiritually reserved. When our reserve is spiritual, we feel great joy. When, for example, a small child loves his mother and father with this kind of trust-filled boldness, he is not afraid of being smacked by them. He takes his father's hat, even if it's an officer's hat, and throws it in the air, and he has such a good time. He has good simplicity, which does not involve impudence. It is important that we be able to discern the difference between the two. Where there is no respect, no reserve, we end up with boldness, impudence, and audacity. Then we will hear, for example, of the girl who remains lying in bed, telling her mother, "Mother, bring me a glass of water. Make it very cold." "Oh, this is not cold. Didn't I say cold?" When they speak like this at that age, they will surely ask later, Why should a woman fear her husband? What they don't understand is that this kind of fear is filled with respect, and this respect in turn is filled with love. When I respect something, I also love it, and when I love something, I also have respect for it. A woman should respect her husband in this sense. The man in turn should love his wife, but these days they put every single thing on the same level. Afterwards, families fall apart because their understanding of the gospel is wrong. It's the wife that must obey, says the husband. What he does not understand is that without love, you cannot make even a kitten obey you. If you do not have love, the other person shall sense it, and she will not feel respect. You will not be able to ask her for anything, even for a glass of water. When we have respect for the other person, we also have respect for ourselves, but not of the calculating, self-serving kind. Rather, the respect we have for others should be full of philorimo. People who care only for themselves do not have philorimo.